Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Gordon Chesapeake here. So Expo 51, Expo SDK 51 is now available, and they obviously have a good blog post over here that you can take a look. It's actually a change log, and you can see a lot of changes that they have, including some camera SQLite APIs that are now the default, and then there is this new Expo video library, a beta version of that, and a lot of other things. You can just read through this document. I'll put a link to it in the description box below the video. I was going to show you guys in this video how you can upgrade from Expo SDK 50 to Expo SDK 51. And now if you are working on Expo SDK below 50 version, then it's recommended that you do one by one. So for example, from 48 to 49, then 50 and 51. So make sure you follow the change logs for that. But for the videos that I've been doing so far, I've been using Expo SDK 50, and now I will be showing you how you can upgrade those to 51. We have two different scenarios here. One is with Expo Managed Services and Expo Go app basically, and the other one is we also did use expo-dev-client for some of our videos, and so we created new development builds using EAS, and so I'm going to show you how you can upgrade the Expo for each of those two scenarios. Very similar, just a little bit of different, so you will see there. Alright, one final disclaimer before we start the video. I get some comments that I sound tired or like I'm not excited. This is just the normal sound of my voice, and so when I'm trying to record the video and also focus on writing the code, sometimes my tone changes or that kind of thing. Obviously I'm having a lot of fun doing these videos, and I'm putting these out for you guys for free to enjoy. So I'll try to get better. Just when I'm like talking and also typing, it kind of like I lose focus, and sometimes I may sound tired, and I know that, but I am not. So just so you know guys, thank you for all the feedback, and I always enjoy receiving comments and feedback, so don't stop. Please let me know if anything else needs to be changed, and I try to work on those as well. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so first we want to look at Expo Manage Workflow with Expo Go. We don't have any development build. We're not using the Expo Dev client, so just normal Expo Manage Workflow with Expo packages. And so for this one right now, as you can see, I have Expo version 50, and we want to upgrade to 51. So first thing, I want to actually run this and make sure it works fine. So npx expo start, and then I do Android real quick. So this should work similarly on iOS as well. This is the code that I had at the end of one of my previous videos. I put a link to that video and also to this repo on GitHub, so you can access that. So right now Expo version 50 works fine, no problem. We have this profile and dashboard, Expo router, and kind of like theming here. You don't need to worry about that, just making sure it worked fine. And then we are going to stop the server here to upgrade to Expo 51. First thing we need to do is to npm install Expo at latest. Latest is 51 right now, so I'm gonna do that, and soon we should see this package.json update to the latest version. So now you can see that package, this Expo package is updated to the version 51 SDK. Other things, it just reordered these other dependencies, so nothing really changed, only this one changed. And this, you might see there is like a git change over here, but this was actually below this tailwind css and it just got moved up. So the only main change is this from 50 to 51. The next thing we want to make sure is basically we want to make sure that we don't have any dependency mismatch. So to fix any of those, we're gonna use this npx command here, npx expo install -- fix, and you just hit enter. And then what it's gonna do, it's gonna identify the compatibility issues, and then as you can see here, it's actually going to install the compatible versions of any other expo libraries, or like any other libraries that you have here. And you can see that it basically updated a whole bunch of these, and there was a list of all of those in the terminal as we were updating. So based on what other libraries you have, you might have less or more of these compatibility updates. So just let the npx expo install -- fix take care of that. And then now I'm going to rerun my expo server over here, npx expo start, and then opening it again on my Android. So it's saying that probably that Expo was old, so we do want to also upgrade the Expo Go app. It was not compatible with the 51 version, and that has been updated on this emulator, and now we are opening the compatible version of Expo Go with the Expo SDK 51 that we have over here. And just like that, we see that this Expo SDK version is now 51. Everything is looking fine, and I am not seeing any problems. My theming works, and then my router, Expo router, everything works fine. Obviously, you might have more libraries, and in a if you have a production app, then you have to explore everything to make sure that all the packages, all the features that you had in your app works fine. So this one with the Expo Go and Expo Manage workflow, it was not too hard, basically just a couple of commands and then you were good to go. Next, we're gonna see how we can fix how we can upgrade from Expo 50 to 51 in a Expo development build that we created using the dev client and in the Expo application services. Alright, so now I'm working on another branch where I have Expo again version 50, but I'm using dev client. So I've been building development builds using EAS, and so we are going to upgrade this Expo from version 50 to 51. Again, the code for this will also be on GitHub, and I'll put a link to that in the description box below the video. So firstly, we're going to just start our dev client development server to see how it looks like with the version 50 SDK for Expo, and I'm just going to start it on my Android device. As you can see, everything looks fine as expected, and then we can go ahead and now try to upgrade this to the version 51. So for that, we're still going to do what we did for just Expo Manage workflow without development builds and with Expo Go basically. So I'm just gonna close this one right now, and I'm going to stop the server over here. And the first thing we're gonna do, similar to what we did before, is npm install Expo at latest. So this is going to install upgrade our Expo package to the latest package, which is 51 at this point. So we expect to go from 50 to 51, and that's exactly what we see here. So nothing else changed. That's the only thing as of now. And then there will be some dependency compatibility issues again here, so we're gonna have to fix those as well. And to fix those, we're going to use another command, which is npx expo install -- fixed. Again, this is exactly as what we had in the upgrading procedure for Expo Manage Workflow and Expo Go. So we'll see all these compatibility issues that this will take care of, and it's going to install the compatible package versions with Expo 51. So you should see most of these are actually updated to other versions, and so now we should have gotten rid of any incompatibilities there. So we're going to try again and run the npx expo start -- dev client to be able to run our development build. So right now we don't really see any problems, so all good. I'm gonna open it on my Android device and let's see if that builds fine. Now with all these change in versions, we do see a problem here. When I built the Android for the development build that I had created before I upgraded to Expo 51 with Expo 50, this is now crashing, and we're getting a bunch of errors here, and so we're gonna try to fix these now. Alright, the reason we were getting those errors was because we were using a development build that we had created with the Expo SDK 50 in the EAS, using EAS. So that development that I had for internal distribution was built with Expo 50, but since we have a new version, Expo 51 here, we need to create a new development build for either Android or iOS device. I have a full video explaining all that, and you can go and check that out. I put a link up here for you guys so that you can check that out. But the command that we need here is EAS build -- profile development, and then we do -- platform space Android for Android emulator or Android devices. And then if you were to do iOS simulator, you would do -- simulator, I believe, after development here, and then again -- platform space -- platform, and then iOS over here. But we want Android right now, so I'm going to get rid of this -- simulator, and then we have EAS build -- profile development -- platform Android. So I am going to start this build right now. If you ever see like a warning or this kind of thing that a new EAS CLI is available, normally it's the best practice to go ahead and do that. Sometimes these may cause issues when you do these builds, and you may get errors. Right now it seems like my build was in the waiting in the queue, and now the build is in progress. So you can see here that my Android internal distribution is building, so I'll wait for that to build and then I'll come back. So alright, so our build is done, and if you didn't stop the server over here or your terminal and didn't control C out of it, you will see this message that it's asking if you want to install and run the Android build on your emulator. I'm gonna say yes here, and it's going to replace what I already have there and install the new version. So that's done. If you had stopped this terminal over here, then you could go to your builds in EAS expo.dev and then find your build. Shouldn't hopefully it didn't crash or anything, and then you can do just over here download the build. It's gonna download an APK file, and then you could just delete what you already had on your emulator and kind of like drag and drop it on the emulator, and it would install it for you. But right now, since I hadn't stopped my terminal, I just I was given the option to automatically download and install it, and that's done now. And now I do need to run my Expo server again, so let's clear, and then over here I'm gonna do again npx expo start --dev-client, and that seems to be working fine. Just gonna press A, and that's gonna start my Android start the app on my Android emulator. And now, as you can see, we have a whole bunch of other errors. So if we look at these errors, these are really not something that you need to be worried about. What we needed to do was actually, I'm going to stop this server and close my application over here. And what we needed to do was use the same command expo start --dev-client with a -c to clear or rebuild the cache, basically clear cache, and then hit enter, and then you will see this warning here that bundle cache is empty. And with that, if I hit the A key on my keyboard, then we're gonna wait and see if the build is gonna be successful this time. And there we go, no errors here anymore. We have our app working fine. Dark mode, then light mode. Obviously, as you're working on probably maybe more complicated projects, you want to make sure that all the features that you had in your app work still fine. But right now I'm just testing Expo routers, Tailwind CSS stuff, and like theming, and really that's mostly what I have here. But make sure you check everything yourself for the project that you're working on. So nothing too complicated. It was actually, we got a couple of errors, but it was not so hard to get rid of those. Alright, that should be it. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on so you're notified next time I upload any videos. And yeah, see you later.